All right, welcome to the show. We've got a good one today. We got a couple of young, aspiring entrepreneurs with us today. We've got Jonathan Soto and we've got Elliot Bartley. Is that how you pronounce it?
Correct.
All right. Of Iron Will Collective. I got their page right up here on the old Instagram, so you guys can check it out. It's at Iron Will Collective, and it's a pretty sweet page with what they're doing. And these guys are personal trainers, and they've just getting started personal training. Didn't really get a chance to ask them beforehand how they got started in personal training, but we'll go with Jonathan first. Jonathan, what got you into personal training to begin with?
Oh, it was a long road. First of all, thanks for having us here. Just like to say that
awesome.
Again. But originally, I was a musician, so I spent a lot of time working my craft, learning guitar, being in bands, and doing that whole thing. The lifestyle in and of itself was not very healthy. It was late nights. It was a lot of alcohol, cigarettes, things like that. And eventually I found myself not really feeling that good. And so with no real prior history in fitness, I decided it was time to get started. So I took the first steps, and it was initially just personal for me, for myself, to feel better. And turns out I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the process of learning. It went well with the discipline that I had developed through learning how to play my guitar and other instruments.
He's really good too.
Thanks. I took it and ran, and over time it became something that I figured I could really use to help other people, because I saw a need, especially for people who, like me, didn't have a past in fitness. It was a dead start. You know, some people start when they're young, like you yourself. You mentioned you started at 14.
14, yeah.
Man. Well, at 14, I was what you call skinny fat. I had zero muscle. I had a little bit of fat. It's not skinny. It's not fat. It's in between. So
Right.
Anyway,
Just that out of shape, look good in clothes, but don't catch at the beach type.
Yep, you know the type. But no, worked my way up. Got into bodybuilding, which was, like I said, really good in terms of the discipline. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed the challenge, the struggle of adding weight to the bar, adding weight to my body, and all the while still learning, because you want to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
So that turned into getting certified and eventually working in a physical therapy clinic, learning about anatomy, work smarter, not harder.
Right.
So just taking in info from any avenue that I could, and then finally getting a job at a gym, and then going independent. So
Nice.
At this point, I'm independent while still training out of a local gym here from time to time, a few sessions a week, and building my clientele base.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great that you found, your passion early. How old are you?
25.
25. Yeah. So that's good time. You're right to that age where you're getting ready to actually start taking off. So same thing for me. Before I was 25, I kind of just, played a lot of basketball, worked out, chased chicks, the typical thing.
Yeah.
And when I hit 25, I'd graduated, I kind of said, okay, time to get serious, time to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life, right? Besides play video games and basketball and chase chicks. So I think really for a lot of people, 25 is that age where you're just like, okay, I got to figure out where my life is going to go.
Yeah,
so you have to figure it out. You just got to start the process of figuring it out. So because it goes from there and it gets wild. So Elliot, how about you? How did you get started in personal training?
So I really have John to thank for really sparking my interest in the deeper aspects of fitness, because I had began training myself at age like 22 or 23, and immediately it caught on with me. I was addicted, and I thoroughly enjoyed learning about the subject, and I loved training, and I saw some real benefits to myself. So John and I actually met at Guitar Center where we used to work together, and he helped me with a program that he was developing when he was starting off as a personal trainer, and just kind of collaborating with him and hanging out with him more really got me thinking that this is a viable career option to pursue, and that is something that I'd never really had a solid idea about before in my life. Of course, I was working a job that I hated. I actually hated every single job that I ever worked in my life before that, from age 15 to when I quit my job last year.
Right.
And I was like, all right, great. Finally, I have an idea of something that interests me that could potentially make me money. And I can most of all be able to help people in my community. So I decided, give it a go. Put more effort into education, become certified in multiple different areas, and just trying to spread that knowledge is now a huge goal of mine, because I really feel as though it has potential to help people in a real profound way.
So now you finally have found something that you enjoy doing then, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. That's important. Once you realize, like, my job is to help people, it's just you just view your job differently at that point. You know, whatever you do. Once you make that connection with it, this is it, to help somebody.
I knew that I was never able to cultivate in my other jobs. Like, well, I do definitely appreciate what you're saying. You know, life is what you make it. You can reframe things in ways, but I just, wake up every day and dread going to work. And I was like, there's got to be a different way to go about this.
Sure. And how old are you?
I'm 26 right now.
Okay, it's about the same age, which is good. So you young guys, you're found your passion early, which is great. A lot of people go their whole lives and never find it, right? So the fact that you guys found it when you did is actually a damn good thing. And the fact that you're trying to obviously grow personally and professionally as well, that's also really important. So how long have you been personal training, Elliot?
About a year now, since
About a year.
I first started taking clients. Again, most of my clients have been like friends and family and stuff, people who are closer to me, and that has made it even more like impactful as far as my fulfillment goes. Not to say that I wouldn't be ecstatic to help a stranger achieve their goals, but it's just something about giving back to people that are close to you that is just particularly enjoyable right now.
Well, plus it's, you have a relationship with those people already, so you value what you're doing with them a little more, I think, because you have this pre-existing relationship. And so you can understand, like, from an emotional standpoint, like, how impactful this is to them. But what I also want you to think about, too, in your journey is that even though that somebody might come to you as a stranger, they're not going to stay a stranger. Right?
Oh, absolutely not.
So once you bring on, more clients that are coming to you from the open marketplace, they may start out as a stranger, but they can become some of your closest friends and some of your closest allies. And ultimately, you develop a relationship, even if it's just obviously a professional one, you'll still be able to get that same kind of feeling to where it's like, I'm really taking somebody and I'm really helping them, and I know them and I see the results, and they're coming to me and they're giving me the feedback of how their life is changing because of it, how, especially if we're working out, how much more energy they have, well-being, all
Very
that kind of
rewarding.
stuff.
Yeah, the benefits run deep, that's for sure. And then Jonathan can really speak about some of the relationships that he's been able to foster from people who were strangers not long ago, and through working with them in pursuing their fitness goals, he has some legitimate friends now because of it, which is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That self-fulfillment, just in watching people get something from what you're doing, and watching their lives change because something that you're doing or helping with, right?
Definitely.
Or, something you're helping with. That absolutely, there's no greater joy than that. I mean, it just really, when you take somebody that's in a certain situation where they maybe, really struggling, especially when it comes to fitness and health, obviously that's one of the cornerstones of your life, right? I deal in finances. I don't deal in fitness and health, but that's also one of the cornerstones of people's lives, right? So you have your finances, and you have your wellness, and then obviously you have your family. Those are like the three cornerstones of your life. And so anytime that you offer a good or a service that can impact any of those three things, it can really, really be really rewarding. So I want to congratulate you guys on finding something that impactful and then being passionate about it. And that really means something.
Thank you.
So what they want to do, and the folks today's show is they want to be able to take this awesome talent they have and skill they have and knowledge that they've gained for themselves, and now they're sharing with others. They want to kind of expand their platform out, and they want to, be able to help more people, get their message to more people. So we're going to kind of talk about that going forward with it, how do we grow this platform? How do we get Iron Will Collective and Jonathan and Elliot's abilities out in the marketplace? How do they grow? How do they not only grow the business and grow their personal brands, but also how do they make money at it, right? Because that's important. We were talking about before the show. You can have a lot of passion on something, but if you can't make any money at it, you're not going to be able to do it very long. No matter how much you want to do it. That's really, one of the things I get people asking me, well, money isn't everything, but it really is, because what you got to understand about making money, it isn't that, again, we talked about it, you're not going to have to necessarily go buy all these fancy cars and houses and toys, but it allows you to have the resources to be able to put back into what you're doing so that you can have a bigger impact, right? The more money you have, the more resources you have, the better job you can do for people you're already doing it for. And you also have the resources to be able to expand your message out to where now you can then take your message to other people that otherwise would have known about you, right? There's only so many friends and family and, word of mouth that's going to go around. If you really want to make a big impact in the world, you're going to have to be able to afford and have the resources to take your message out to the marketplace. And you have to have the platform. Now, obviously, we talked about it, there's nothing greater than social media for the message. Obviously, we know how that's changed the world in the last 7-8 years even. The ability to be able to take an Instagram page or a Facebook and be able to really, really take it out and create this message, right? Never before in human history has something like this existed. So, but there's still rules and there's still things, constraints you got to play by when it comes to how you go about it. Now, looking at your guys' Instagram page, you got 172 followers. Which means, just this one page. And they also have personal pages too. You can follow Jonathan at Jonathan Soto, just under his name, and Elliot at Elliot Bartley as well. And you can find them on their personal social medias, which also is tied back to this. So overall, and I think you guys have a podcast too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ironwood Collective Podcast.
All right. So Ironwood Collective Podcast. You can find them there. Where else could people find you besides Instagram and the podcast? Anywhere else? Facebook?
Facebook under both the Ironwood Collective and each of our names, and YouTube under the Ironwood Collective.
Ironwood Collective on YouTube as well. Awesome. So you guys are really, you guys got several channels out there to get your message out, which is great. The more channel, there's a point I always tell people, like, look, you want to be on like 3 or 4 different social media platforms. Beyond that, like, until you're somebody, and you have a real big following, reaching out on, some of these other platforms, TikTok and like doing all this other stuff. Yeah. It just becomes overwhelming. That'll end up being your full-time job. And you don't want to make social media your fuldtime job.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good dancer. I have some good things to offer on TikTok.
Hey man, you might be able to go viral on TikTok, right? I don't know if TikTok even pays, but you could get a lot of attention. So you have enough channels really to grow your brand here and to really start, helping a lot more people. It's just going to come down to how do you interact. So we're going to take, for instance, for this show, we're going to talk about how they can grow their business page, personal too. It kind of works the same thing, but we're going to talk about growing your personal page or your business page, so that you can get your message out to more, because we talked about a little bit in the pre-show. There's 2 things when you're running a business or when you're starting your business you have to focus on. They are marketing and sales, and they are 2 different things, right? Marketing is taking your message and getting it out in front of your target audience. That's what you want to do. Now, good marketing comes down to bringing a great message to your perfect audience. Now, bad marketing example is bringing a bad message or a weak message, if you will, right? Confusing message, to the wrong audience. That's bad marketing. Okay. With social media, what's so great about it, what's so powerful about it, is we have the ability to really target our market. You don't have that on any other media platform when you're looking at creating marketing sources, right? To target, nothing else is better than social media. Now, there's 2 ways that you can do that. You can do it organically, right? Or you can do it through paid structure, paid advertising. And I'm a big believer in doing both, right? Even if your budget's really small for the paid, you still have to do it. Even if it's like, you're going to spend $10 a week doing it, you still have to do it. It's because what's going to happen on these platforms, you got to understand, these are businesses, right? Facebook, Instagram, right? These are businesses. You're their customer. Now, they only have so much bandwidth to give, okay? There's only so much news feed available, right? And so the way they dole it out is they're going to dole it out to people that have super high engagement, typically hot chicks or really funny people.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't compete with hot chicks. And
No.
I'm, I can tell a joke or two, but I'm probably not that funny. So if you want to get in that bandwidth consistently, you're going to have to be one of their paying customers.
Right.
It's just a fact. And
Right.
again, you don't got to spend tens of thousands of dollars a month, but you got to spend a little, because what it does, it lets them know that you are a paying customer. They're going to give you more bandwidth if you're a paying customer, even if it's 10, 20 bucks a week. It doesn't have to be a lot.
It's logical.
Yes. And then, so you want to do a little bit paid. And when I say paid, start off by boosting a post, right? So you boost a post. So for instance, this be humble, never stop learning, go in and you could boost this. On your interface, obviously it'll say boost post, and it'll say like, okay, who do you want your audience to be? How much do you want to spend a day, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Instagram is real simple. Facebook is a lot more complicated. Instagram is real simple. I would suggest for what you guys are doing, Instagram is a great way to start with a little bit of the paid stuff. And I'll show you, actually, I'll go back to mine real quick just so I can show you guys and show everybody else how it works.
But I know what you're talking about. I've seen
Right.
that on posts before.
You know how to boost the post.
Yeah,
exactly.
I've seen that on posts.
Okay.
And so by boosting a post, essentially, if I understand it right, what happens is it connects it to people who are either your followers already or people who follow content like yours. So trying to connect you to a wider audience, right?
Right. Exactly.
Seems like it beats the heck out of battling the algorithm, trying to pick the right hashtag to put on your post.
Those things are important. They really are. But at the same time, they're futile. If you're not, if you're not a paying customer, we'll get back to your guys' page here. If you're not a paying customer, they're going to know it. And you could be hashtagging and trying to create organic traffic. And I'm not saying it's completely futile, but they're just not going to reward it because you don't have the paying a paying customer, because they look at this. I mean, you guys have this is a business page, obviously, right? So you have this business page, and once they know you're a business page, they're going to start feeding you very, very little organic traffic. And I'll prove it to you. Here's how I'll prove it to you guys. You guys have heard of a little company called Home Depot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more of a Lowe's guy.
Okay, Lowe's. We'll pick Lowe's then. Let's go with Lowe's. Okay. So we're going to go with Lowe's Home Improvement. Now, this is a household name, Fortune 500 company. Look, they got 784,000 followers, right? So they got some pretty good followers. Home Depot has more, by the way.
Wow.
But when we look at it, the engagement they have for being a household brand,
Sucks.
453 likes.
Wow.
But
that
then
one's
again,
got
like I've
54.
never
They
found
boosted
myself
that one.
wanting to follow a hardware store.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of people shop here, 390. So you can tell they're boosting. So here, they didn't boost this. They didn't boost that. They boosted
Boosted.
that. Yeah. They boosted it. So Lowe's actually, because I can tell you after looking at Home Depot's, they don't do a lot of boosting. Because if you go through Home Depot's posts, it's all just super low engagement. And again, this is Home Depot. This is a household name.
Yeah.
They have like, I think, 1.5 million followers, something like that.
Wow.
But their engagement's crap. Reason why is because they don't spend much money. So Instagram says, hey, we don't care that you're Home Depot. If you're not spending money with us, we're not going to just serve up your stuff, right? So business pages get treated a lot different. Now, if it was a hot chick with 1 million followers, right, she'd have all kinds. She'd be getting 40, 50,000 likes on her posts.
Do you think she has to boost?
No, exactly, right. Nor is Instagram going to require her to boost, right? So if she, if this hot chick puts out a quality pic or a quality video, they're going to serve it up.
Yeah.
Right. And so she's going to have 1 million followers, same as Home Depot, and she's going to get 50,000 likes. Home Depot is going to get 500 likes.
Right.
That's how the algorithm works. And if you have a business page, it's just the way it is. It sucks that that's the way it is, but that's the way it is. Because this is a business. You're asking a business to promote you. They're not going to do it unless you're paying, or unless you're something that they know that everyone's going to love and just like the crap out of, right? So the reason why the hot chicks and the funny people get a lot of organic traffic is because they know that the majority of people are going to like that.
Right.
There's a ton of horny guys on here.
Keeps them on the app.
And there's a ton of people that want to be entertained. So, but if you have a business that's not, hot chicks and comedy, you're going to be competing for bandwidth with companies like Home Depot, companies like Lowe's. I mean, we can put anybody you want to name in here, and a big company, and unless they're paying, they're not going to get much traffic.
Right.
So really, when you market, when you're using social media to market, get back to your guys' page, you want to do a combination of organic, but you also want to do some paid. You want to let Instagram know, hey, we're paying customers. They'll give you more bandwidth. They'll show your post to more of your followers. They'll put it out there. Once you get to a certain point, they'll put it on the Explorer page and so forth. But until you're paying, they're going to not really do it. Okay. Because you got to think about it. Like, you think out of that 780,000 followers, when Lowe's posts, that all 780,000 followers see it?
No.
Of course not.
They're loving it.
If they did, those likes would be in the hundreds of thousands.
At least 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, more. I mean, probably like 80, 90,000.
Wow.
A hot chick with 1 million followers that's getting served up to most of her followers is going to have 80, 90,000 likes.
Right.
Home Depot, Instagram's going to serve it up to a fraction of their followers. I mean, if you follow Lowe's, I mean, if you're one of Lowe's followers, clearly you like Lowe's. So if they post something and you were to see it, hey, you're gonna like it because shit, man, you follow them. I mean, come on, man, you got to really like home improvement to be following Lowe's. You guys follow? I don't follow Lowe's. You guys follow Lowe's? Oh, yeah, exactly. So that's what like it, right? Just let you know, just to prove that again, they're not going to serve it up. So do some paid, doesn't have to be much, and then do some organic. Now, the paying is easy. What you want to do is you want to boost the post, and then it's going to ask you to dedicate an audience. Like, what audience do you want? And then you can pick like your followers, or you can pick, you to target and pick from different demographics. Play around with it, and I think the minimum to spend is like $5 a day or something like that. Okay. It isn't much. So play around with the target audience. Now, you guys know what your perfect customer is, right?
Yep.
Who's your guys' perfect customer? Describe them for me.
It's going to be 18 to 35. Going to be
male or female, typically beginners to intermediates who want to either learn about fitness to begin with or take their fitness capabilities and knowledge to the next level.
Now you guys are gonna get mad at me here, right? So don't throw stuff at me or beat me up here, but you're absolutely wrong on who your perfect customer is. Your perfect customer is not an 18 to a 35-year-old. Your perfect customer is going to be a 40-something female.
They're the ones that got the money for the personal training.
Correct. Right. Bingo. See, there you go.
But these other people need help too. So that's where it's just like, there's got to be a way to help them too. Find a budget option that these people can at least get something. Like, maybe not the full ride service, but
again, when you talk about it as a business, you say, look, we're gonna have to target down our audience because you can't help the world. Okay?
Right.
You wish you could, you can't, right? Not even Apple can help the world. So no matter what kind of business you have, especially when you're a smaller business, you have to understand, like, there's only going to be a little slice of people that you can help, and you need to dedicate yourself to helping those people. If you try to just go out there and just shotgun it, right, and just try to help everybody you possibly can, you're not going to help many people at all. Okay.
So the more specific, the better.
Correct.
In this case.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
You want to really say, look, who's my perfect customer, and not who's my perfect customer for who needs me the most, who can afford me, right? And again, we talked about making money is important. You got to make money, otherwise you can't help people.
Right.
So who can afford me, and who can get the most impact out of my services? Now, I can tell you, a 21-year-old shouldn't get the most impact out of your service. A 21-year-old should be able to go eat cheeseburgers and just walk a mile and still be pretty fit, okay? A 45-year-old mom of 3, she's going to struggle with diet. Her metabolism is slowing down. Hormones are all messed up because of the age and the children. Yeah. Workout habits might be bad. So she's going to be at a much greater disadvantage than a 21-year-old, right? That doesn't have any kids and, body should be able to take care of itself. So really your biggest impact, especially when it comes to someone's life and changing their life, is going to be somebody, like I say, in their 40s,
Right.
I say females just because, that's going to be more of a customer for you that you can make the biggest impact with. But there's guys too, because they're looking, guys in their 40s, upper 30s, 40s, if they don't get their shit together, they're going to be looking at having heart surgeries or heart attacks in their 50s. I got several friends. I went to high school with several friends that have dropped dead of heart attacks already.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
And I've got other friends that have had heart attacks, and heart surgery. It's, and I don't think of myself as that old. To you guys, I'm probably, an old man, but, I'm not that old in the grand scope of things. And to have friends that have dropped dead of heart attacks and other ones that have had to have triple bypass surgeries, that's insane, right?
Yeah.
So,
completely avoidable.
yeah, absolutely. Completely avoidable. Yeah. So really, target your audience, people in their 40s, they have money, they're in poor health, they need help. They're at that tipping point to where they can learn a healthy lifestyle and actually adopt it. Whereas maybe somebody a little older is going to have more struggle because, once they're set in their ways,
more
it's really
limiting
tough.
factors too.
Exactly.
And from what I've found from helping clients already in that demographic, so 40 plus, they typically, after seeing good results, have no issue referring you to their own kids, to their friends, to people that they know,
Sure.
their accountant, their hairstylist, because they trust you.
Right.
And they have a network.
Right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, it goes without saying, in any business where you provide solid value to your customer base, it's going to be very easy for you to just go to them and say, hey, dude, I do a great job for you. They're going to say, yeah, absolutely, do an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Who do you know that I can call and talk to or reach out to on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and offer my services?
Yeah.
Or offer some free advice at first, help them out.
Right.
Then you start to generate those warm leads. So let's talk about the along those lines. Let's talk about how we're going to grow your page organically. We know we're going to do the boost. That's going to grow your page, right? Even if you spend $10 a week, you'll get followers off of that. You'll get engagement off of that, right? Now let me teach you guys a few tricks.
All right.
So if you were to go to, let's say something that's got good engagement. So 13, 7. I want to pick on you guys, but let's say, so here's a good pick, right? Mm-hmm. It's got 13 people liking it.
Hey, who's that handsome guy?
Including me. So if you go down this list, okay, these people are all leads. They all liked it, right? Now, if somebody likes your post and they're not following you, or you're not following them, rather, you want to follow them, and then you want to engage with them, and you want to go to their page and you want to like some of their stuff and follow them.
Okay.
So they'll follow you back and they'll re-engage with you back. So right. you can literally, and here's the cheat, right? I'm going to give you guys, I promise you guys a cheat. Here's the cheat. You make a really, really good post, right? Mm-hmm. You say, hey, look, we're going to make this really, really great post. And video trumps pictures all day, right? So make a really good video, giving some advice, just some great advice, whether it's a new food that you're trying that you really are getting good feedback from, or whether it's a new exercise that you've been doing with your clients, right? That's really been getting great results. Maybe there's a little twist on it you did, right. This is a normal like squat, but I've been having my clients put their feet this way or that way, or whatever, and we've been getting really great results, right? Take that, film it, that tip, mm-hmm. put it on there, and then that's the one you boost, okay? You boost that out, not to your followers, but to people like your followers or your target audience. Now, I recommend your target audience. Now, you're going to take that and you're going to boost it out to your target audience. To the audience you target, which is going to be your perfect customer. The perfect customer is 40-something-year-old ladies, mm-hmm. okay? That live in Tucson, Arizona. Mm-hmm. Maybe within a certain radius, or, there's all kinds things you can put in their interest levels. They're interested in beauty. They're interested in health and fitness.
Oh, wow.
And then you target those 40-year-old females in this demographic that are interested in beauty and in fitness. They're going to like it. They're going to watch it. They're going to like it. They're going to engage with it. Okay. Because Instagram, since you paid, is going to serve it up to them. Guaranteed. That's what you're paying for. Hey, Instagram, I'm paying you to get this video in front of these people. Okay.
Aha.
Now they engage with it. They like it, right? They comment, all these things. So now you go back once the campaign's done, or even during the campaign, and you go and you interact with all those people. You follow them, you like their stuff, right? And you begin a relationship. Right. That's a great thing about social media. You can begin a relationship. So for instance, you got 172 followers right now. You could easily make this video, boost it. You're going to get followers off of that, but you're going to get more than followers. You're going to get people that are interacting with the boost. You then follow them, go to their pages, like their stuff. They'll like your stuff back. They'll follow you back most times, especially if there's somebody that likes your stuff, right? Because I paid to get this in front of people that like my stuff.
Right.
So if I follow them, chances are they're going to follow me back. Instagram, what's great about Instagram, it gives you 7,500 people you can follow, right? If you target well and you follow up to your 7,500 limit, those 7,500 people are going to follow you back. In addition to other people following you back, okay? So, and then once you get your followers up to 7,500, 8,000, 10,000, now for a local business like your guys's, 10,000 followers is significant.
Right.
That's a strong audience if those followers are all in Tucson, all your perfect customers. So if you had, for instance, 10,000 40 to 50-year-old women that are interested in fitness and beauty following your page, you see what I'm talking about? You see how the engagement would be amazing, and they would be, guess what? Solid leads for you.
Definitely.
Then what you can do, since they're following you, you're following them, it's very easy to then start making videos or offers on your page. Hey, anybody that's interested in personal training, reach out to us. We're offering a special. We're offering, buy 3, get 1 free. We're our normal price is $60 an hour, but we're offering, the next 15 clients that sign up, we're offering $50 an hour, right? I like the value add model versus the discount model. I don't like to discount my stuff because that means I don't value it, right? So if your rate's $50 an hour, it's $50 an hour. What you want to say is buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 3 hours, get an extra half hour free added to the other hours. Maybe where you say we go over nutrition, or you could say, hey, 3 hours, you buy 3 1 hour sessions, $150. I'm going to throw in free as a bonus nutritional
Full body
plan.
massage. I really want to do that.
These guys are going to get in trouble with this full body massage stuff. And, personal trainers, young, good-looking guys. I mean, coaching 40-year-old. There's some hot moms out there. Let's face it. It's got to be careful, right? But you can see that by doing that, you'd be able to pull in customers. Also, what you can do too to reach out to these people is DM them. That's a great thing about Instagram. You can message your followers. People that follow you, you're free to message. It's not spam. They're following you, right? So then you can reach out to these 10,000 people that are following you and saying, hey, check out our stuff. We're interested in, seeing if you might be interested in doing some personal training. You ever thought about it? Then you can start some conversations with those people. So it's a real easy way to grow not only your following, but also do excellent marketing. And again, it's all free. It's elbow grease. It doesn't cost you a thing.
You had mentioned before we started podcasting that something that you like to do, going from the marketing side of things to the actual sales side of things, is offering value in the form of something for free, whether that's a video or just some information, a consultation, things like that. I think going through the DM route would be a really nice time to try something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do a free consult. Maybe when you DM people, you could say, hey, since you're a follower and I'm really loving your page and your content, we wanted to offer you a free 15-minute telephone consult. Doesn't have to be face-to-face. It can be on the telephone. Let's schedule a call. You're interested in scheduling a call. So you could have a offer that you're DMing to all your followers who all came from this targeted ads, right? This targeted boost. And you could say, hey, since you're a follower, wanted to offer you this special deal, 15-minute free consult, no strings attached. Whatever question you have, I'll answer. If you need help with your diet, nutrition, motivation, new exercise I can help you with, 15-minute free consult, half hour, free, doesn't matter, right? Then you start scheduling those calls, and then you take those calls, and obviously in that 15 minutes you want to develop a relationship, and then you want to say, hey, this no strings attached, but I'd like to help you, or interested in any services we offer, and then that could turn into customers as well. So you think about like taking this 10,000 followers that you created, both organically because you followed people that interacted with you, and also because of the followings that will come back off of it. And then, of course, you want to be posting. We talked about it 2 or 3 times a week. Don't over post. Don't wear your audience out.
Quality posts.
Quality beats quantity every day of the week, right? So instead of these people that post 4 times a day, every day, but it's half-ass quality, focus more on your quality. Only post a couple times a week. but make them really good. And then people are going to like your content. And again, you hit the nail on the head. They need to be teaching posts. They need to be teaching something. They can't just be like, hey, happy Groundhog's Day, everyone, right? That's worthless.
today?
Actually, shit, who knows? 2020, who knows what day it is, man? I don't know. I think all the holidays are just going to be combined this year. Seems we skipped most of them, right? You can take the quality and you can really ramp it up because you're only posting a couple times a week.
Right.
You're going to get higher engagement, right? You can focus more on pushing it out. And again, only boost one of them a week, let the other one not get boosted. Boost one a week, get more people, follow, like their stuff. Now, just don't follow people, like their stuff, right? You want to create that full engagement.
Right.
So as you get these people liking the paid boost, you want to go like a bunch of stuff of theirs. Not a ton. Don't look like a creeper, going back several pages and liking all the hot pics, right?
Yeah.
You want to just, the last 3, 4, 5 posts that they made, because that's enough that shows that, hey, I'm not a creeper. I'm not liking 40 of your things, right? 3 or 4 is respectful. Shows you're not a creeper, but it shows you're interested. Shows you really like their content, right?
Yeah.
1,
your genuine page.
1, you're just trying to get me to look at you. That's what 1 is, right? So if somebody likes one of my things, I'm like, you're just trying to get me to look at you. You don't give a shit about what I'm doing. 3 or 4, you care about what I'm doing, right? It's enough. You have enough interest. You care. So that's what you want to show them first before they show you that. You show love first. They show you love back. Now you've got a relationship going. And again, I'm not saying follow them and then 3 minutes later DM them, right? Maybe a week later, go back to your week after people and start the DMing to start capturing your leads. And again, we talk about this, in the pre-meeting, there's only 2 things that go into making money ever, and that's rate and time.
Right.
How much time do you want to spend personal training? How many hours a week do you want a personal training? And what are you going to charge? We talked about you guys' solid charge, and again, because you both have done it before, $50 per training session for an hour. That's a solid price.
Yeah.
It's not the highest. Some people are $90 an hour, like I said. Sometimes people are lower, $10, $15 an hour. Don't go that way. You're not helping anybody, including yourself. And $50 an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
But provide value, over provide. So if you're going to charge $50 an hour, provide $100 an hour worth of benefit. You always want to provide more than you charged, whether it's $10, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever it is you charge. You want to provide more than you charged.
If I'm charging only $10, I am not spotting you. But if you get the $50 package, then I'll consider it.
Correct. $10 an hour. Hey, I'm here. I'm watching you. I'm on Instagram. I'm DMing real customer options. And I'll just say, hey, there you are. I'm going to spot you. Hey, there you are. That's an old time gym joke we had. Hey, buddy, can you spot me? Yeah, there you are, bro. Yeah. So exactly, because you don't want to ever sacrifice your quality because you didn't charge the right price. And again, in coaching all the businesses that I coach, I catch this all the time. They charge less because they think that's what their customer wants, but then they're trapped in this scenario to where they can't offer the best good or service because they charge too little. I can't go above and beyond because I didn't charge enough, but I thought I was really helping that person by charging less. You weren't helping that person by charging less.
That begs the question to me then, is there a way to still help people in a real meaningful and potentially tangible way in this business that aren't able to pay that full wage or rate rather? Is there anything other than free educational content that can be offered to these people? Because while you say that 21-year-olds don't need the help as much as a 45-year-old, there are still people who certainly could benefit from learning about fitness and learning, if it even means just, 1 session to get an idea of how their body works and what it needs in order to maintain it. What are the options?
I got your solution because again, this is something that, I've struggled with because, I charge a lot of money and, there's no hiding that fact. I charge my clients a lot of money. I make a lot of money in my core business. And again, my clients love me more for charging more because I'm going to do a better job.
Right.
So for you, but if you say but I want to be able to bring in some customers that maybe couldn't normally afford me, for you, group coaching would be the solution. So instead of group coaching like I would do, so let's say for instance, I'm gonna charge $2,000 an hour for my coaching services, right? So
Do like a mastermind type thing?
correct. So if a customer wants to come to me, a business wants to come to me and say, Cory, I want you to coach me, coach my business. What do you charge by hour? I charge $2,000 an hour. But if they can't afford that, what I could do to still get help to those people is say, okay, in that hour, instead of just one-on-one, I'm charging you $2,000. I'm going to do 4, and I'm going to charge you each $500.
Yeah.
And so I'm still making the $2,000 for me, and you're only paying $500, but you're getting close to the same value as if you were paying the $2,000.
Right.
So group training would be the way you'd want to do it. So once a week, maybe a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning or whatever, you'd want to have maybe something at a park or something like that, where you say, hey, $5, we're going to work out for an hour. I'm bringing 30 people down, 30 people times the $5, right? They pay $5. They get you for an hour. The 30 times 5, what's that, 150 bucks?
150.
You make 150 bucks. They get to work out for $5 and you still make 150 bucks.
I can't even conceptualize that kind of money.
Well, now you can, because I just explained it to you. So again, the group training would be the way to go.
And they're
with
not
that.
missing out on the value at that point either, because they still have you in person, which I know for you is a really important thing.
Well, and the group approach actually brings a different type of value to those who like that sort of atmosphere. That brings an extra level of accountability when you have a group that you will typically train with.
Well,
So-
absolutely. I can tell you the best workouts I ever had in my life, and we talked about it with the pre-show. I was a pretty serious state level bodybuilder for a lot of years. The best training I ever got was playing football, right? Playing
Absolutely.
organized football.
And that's something that I've been wanting
And
to
that
do.
was like a couple of coaches and like 70 kids, right? So, and we're getting our asses handed to us. So that about group personal training, right? Because you're held accountable to whatever everybody else is doing.
That's something I've been thinking about, is holding some sort of program on like a Saturday morning, just like you say, where I, get a group of people together and we do a sport. We play football, we play basketball, we do drills, and focus on the exercise side of it, but in a really fun, recreational type of way.
So doing the group coaching really is going to be what you want to do to be able to expand it, offer it more. But then you obviously want to do your one-on-one, which is really going to help you to hone in with the people that really need your services and can afford your services. Again, being able to have the $50 an hour people is what's going to allow you to be able to say, hey, I'm going to dedicate Saturdays, for a couple hours for 150 bucks and train 30 people that normally couldn't afford me, and they're going to get something out of it. I'm still going to make good money. So then I can still then offer it up. See, again, we talked about making money, that you don't have to worry about the fact that, making money is a bad thing. You have to say, look, the more money I make from this is the more I can offer it.
Yeah, more potential that you
More
have
potential,
for
more reach.
quality service in the future.
Exactly. So the greater reach you're going to have, the better services. You guys talked about wanting to start, get your own facility together eventually, right? That takes money. So you'll be able to do a better job with your clients if you had your own facility. That. Okay? So, but that takes money. And so by not charging the right amount of money, you're going to be letting your customers down. You don't want to do that. Yeah. You can give back plenty. Okay. Let's say you're making so much money charging, your 45-year-old, mortgage broker, hot mom, she's paying the big money because she has it, but then that's allowing you to be able to then go out and do the, the stuff in the park, right? Maybe you only charge $1. Maybe you don't charge anything. It's free, right? Maybe once a month you hold a free class, right? But value your time so that you can make the money, so that you can develop the resources to be able to then help more people. That's what it comes down to. We talked about it, my platform, what I'm trying to go for, I'm trying to help people that I don't even know. But that takes a lot of resources. That takes a lot of money. If I'm going to reach out and help people that I've never met and don't know me and I don't know personally, that takes money. It takes money. It just does. Okay.
You're casting a wide net there.
Exactly. You got to cast a wide net, and it takes money and resources and a bigger platform. But if you guys just do this little trick I'm teaching you, man, you'll be able to grow this page. You'll be able to really get your following going. You'll have all the leads you want, all the warm leads you want. Just target those boosts, and then like and follow. Wait a week, DM. Hey, you're interested in personal training services? Mm-hmm. And your rate may not be tremendous. It's not like every person's going to message back, oh, absolutely, sign me up. Doesn't have to be either, right? How many, you want to develop your plan. How many new clients do you want to bring on a week? How many do you want to bring on? So ideally for you, Elliot, what would you want to bring on a week as far as new clients?
I mean, with my busy schedule right now, it could be a minimal amount. So 1 a week would be actually pretty fantastic.
Okay, so a new client a week, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say for you, two clients a week. And for you, what would you want to bring in as far as new clients go?
To provide the best service, I would keep it on the lower end. I would stick to maybe 1 to a maximum of 3 because I want to be going in detail with these people and make sure that they all get the same level of service at the same time.
Right. So there you go. So getting that getting 2, 3 new customers a week, new
There will
clients.
be like
a
a
week.
max occupancy level where you have enough clients that will fund your living expenses and the business, and also to where it won't become a detriment to your quality of work because you'll be working 10 hours a day. Every single hour, like you were saying earlier, you have to use the bathroom while the client rests.
Your clients have to use the bathroom too. That's a great thing. You can go to the bathroom
You can go together.
That's right. But really, what you want to keep in mind is, as far as like what your maximum amount of clients is you would say my maximum amount of client is really going to be, what do I want to service? So if you want to dedicate 30 hours and let's say you're training them twice a week, 3 times a week, what's your normal client train a week? Once a week?
Average of 3.
3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you wanted to do 30 hours a week, personal training where you're actually training people, right? You're still working besides that because you're doing stuff like this.
Right.
So 30 hours a week, 3 times a week, that means 10 people 3 times a week, right?
Yeah.
So 10 clients would be where you'd want to be.
It's very reasonable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I could find that for you before this podcast is over. So that's super realistic. So then you'd say, okay, well, if 10 is my ideal, you really want to have 12. Because let's face it, people are going to flake
They
out.
cancel.
That's right. Okay. So you want to have more because you want to say, look, if someone cancels, I can fit someone else in, right? And just don't double book, right? Other than that, have them back to back, have them like lapped over 10 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
But have more than you would need to fill your whole schedule because out of those 10 people, someone's going to flake. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
So you want to have a little bit more. And then again, if you did find yourself in a double book situation for some reason, hey, I'm cutting your rate in half and train the 2 of you together.
There you go.
But you know what? This is going to work out great because you're going to feed off of him and he's going to feed off of you.
Yeah.
And we're going to make this a power group session.
We're all going
Let's
to
get
hurt.
busy. Exactly. We're all getting hurt today. So there you go. So then that would make it to where, even if you did double book for some reason, everybody's still having a good time. They get a half price service and you still make the same amount of money. Everybody wins, right?
Win, win, win.
Exactly. I like the win-win-win situation. Mm-hmm. So again, that's your solution for this. Now going forward after that, we're running kind of long here. I told you guys this wouldn't go on, but it's just so great to be able to share this stuff with you guys.
I appreciate it.
I know the enthusiasm you guys have for doing this. So I want to just, give you some stuff that really you guys can just explode. So from there, once you have these followers, once you get these leads, once you have your clients, well, now you say, okay, we want to be able to offer some online stuff. But at these points, you guys both have full books of clients. You got resources. You're making good money. You got resources. You live off of some. You reinvest the rest, right? You don't live off of it all. You always want to take whatever money you make after you have a startup. You want to be able to then get to profitability and then sustainability. Once you're at profitability, then move to sustainability, which means, okay, we have enough money that we're making money. Mm-hmm. Now let's get to enough money to where if I'm out sick for a week or, if something happens, I'm not able to train people for a couple of weeks. It isn't show's over. Okay. Yeah. There's enough money in the bank, to cover a few weeks worth of me not being able to produce income. Then that becomes your sustainability. Mm-hmm. After that, now we're going to be looking for growth. Okay. And then that's when you can say the money that comes after, the money we make that comes after profitability and sustainability goes right back into growth of the business. That's where you could say, okay, what other services can we offer? We're maxed out on our personal training. We only have 30 hours a week to do this. We got our 10 clients consistently, so we can't really do more personal training. You can do group training, right? So you can expand it by doing some group training. So instead of like this one person, you can do 3 people at a time. Instead of charging this one person $50, you then could charge 3 people $25 for the same hour, but it's group training now. Yeah. You make $75 that hour versus $50, and they only pay $25. And now once you're to that point, Now you start talking about when you start raising rates. Instead of $50 an hour, I need to start raising it to 70, 60, 70, 65. And then you can start raising that rate. We talked about making money. It's time and rate. You can expand your time by doing more. So you take the dedicated time you want to put into it. I want 30 hours a week into training people, right? You control the time also by multitasking. I showed you guys my emails. I had like 200 emails today. So I expand my time, which then expands my ability to charge a higher rate by saying, let me do something that I can do more in that same period of time.
Right.
So I deal with 200 emails a day and the people that are attached to those 200 emails, which is way more than if I were to say, let me just dedicate myself to 3 people, right? I'm dedicating myself to 50 people instead of 3. So that allows me to expand the time because I'm helping more people in the same amount of time, which then allows me to expand my time. In essence, I get more work done in the same amount of time. Then I get really, really good at what I do and I charge a higher rate, right? So maybe these 3 people that you have in this group session are originally paying 25, but then a month later you up it to 35, 45, right? Then you find out 3 people that want to pay, because your new rate over here for the one-on-one is 70. So now the new rate for the group coaching has to go to 40.
There you go.
See? Now the rate is increasing. The time is expanding, the rate is increasing. That's how you control how much money you make. And now the more this goes on, the more resources you have. You're beyond sustainability, we're in the growth phase. You could then take those resources you've gained from increasing the rate and the time, and you can dedicate them back into the business and offer better services, superior services, grow your platform. Then you can start doing online nutrition, online coaching, online group coaching, right? You can start doing online nutrition stuff. So, hey, for $25, $35, I get you my plan that's developed for this particular situation. Now, you don't want to do a cookie cutter plan where it's just like everybody gets this one thing. You want to say, look, you're between 40, 45, and you're female, no kids. You get this plan. You're between 35 and 40, 2 kids, you get this plan. Or your body type, right? Mesomorph, ectomorph, et cetera. So then you would say, okay, 42, mesomorph, 2 kids, gets, this. So then you'd have like maybe 10 different nutritional plans that you would have for every body type, every age ranges. I'm not saying 41, 40 person that's 41 has a different plan than somebody that's 42, but someone in their 40s has a different plan than someone in their 30s versus someone in their 20s, right?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. And the specificity of that also lends into the value of it, because oftentimes in this industry, you're looking at cookie cutter plans. People write something out. Oh, nice. This is a cool program. It's going to be offered to everyone.
And you never want to get caught doing that.
No,
because it's
not one size fits all in this world.
Well, you are giving it away for free.
Exactly. If you're going to do a cookie cutter, you know what? That's a great idea. Do a cookie cutter one for free. Absolutely. Yeah. So you know what? I got this cookie cutter one for free. So if you just need the basics and you just need like a healthier diet, here's free.
Get the quick plan.
Correct. But then you say, but if you want a paid one, then I've got my specialty ones, and then we'll do a paid one.
Based off of what you're looking for.
Correct. And if you want one that's really just for you, specifically for you, then that one's a little bit more.
Exactly.
That one's $200, but that one's custom tailored for you. Right. So you got your free one, which is a cookie cutter. You got your specialized ones, which cost some money, but they're still really affordable, $25, $35, whatever. And then you got your custom ones, which are $200, right? Because you want to always expand that rate. So the free one you can give out to everybody. Easy, right? Go to this link and download it, right? Once that's set up, it's just never, you don't have to touch it again besides make sure it's still up. Other than that, the one that's like, size 12 shoe. What's your size? 12, sir? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got a size 12 right here, right? But if you want the custom shoe made just for your foot and the width and all that, well, that's going to be more money, right?
Right.
And then you can offer all 3. And one, the free one especially could be a lead generator to where you can offer that one on the paid boost, right? So on the paid boost, you could say, hey, we want to just film this video for you guys. I know a lot of people out there are struggling right now. We wanted to give something away that really we knew could mean something. So in the description of this video is a link to a page where you can grab our free nutritional plan that would really help you out, get you started.
That's actually what we do have up there. If only the link worked.
Yeah, we'll get that link working. So people that see this, and because you guys are going to put this on your social media, I'm going to put it on my social media. So people that go to your page, get that working so they can do that, right? Because that's a great lead generator. And again, it creates goodwill. It gets people that can't afford it a lot of help, right? So there's so much good that happens from offering stuff for free like that. So I think if you guys do this, and you guys have any questions specifically on any of this, but I mean, this is you guys are in startup mode right now. So this is your startup plan as far as how to get customers, how to make money, how to get to that 30 hours per week at $50 per hour, right? This is what's going to get it for you. Don't even focus on anything else besides what we talked about. Right. You do this quick and fast. It shouldn't take you more than 2 months to get to there. 2 months, that's it. And if you're not making it in 2 months, you're doing something wrong. Okay, because getting 10 good clients is not a problem. No. Any questions at all about it? Anything else you guys want to add before we end the show for today?
No questions on my end. You seem to have covered it all, especially
all right.
Pre-show, during the show. So I just like to say thanks again. It's been a lot of information.
You know what, man? This is my mission now. I love teaching. I love helping, especially young people who are starting out as entrepreneurs. I mean, that's I think of myself when I started out. And if I wished I would have had someone to help me because I made a lot of mistakes.
That's how we feel about fitness.
Right.
And that's kind of the sentiment we're trying to bring to people who want to learn as well.
Well, hopefully you guys can do for some people what I've done for you today. Get them started, get them on a good, solid path to where they can achieve a certain amount of success, right, and then be looking to go to the next step.
Yeah, I think it'll when you're looking good and you're feeling good and you're confident, that's going to open a lot of doors for other people in their lives. So it's
all about mindset, baby. It's all about mindset. We know that. Hey, thanks for joining us today. If you guys have enjoyed the show, hey, please like this video, comment on this video, subscribe wherever you've seen it at. If you're on the podcast, please share the podcast. It really means a lot. You see what we're doing here. It's some really powerful stuff. This will help a lot of people because a lot of people in the fitness industry, what we've talked about in this last hour, I can tell you, I know pros that don't know this stuff. It doesn't matter. They could be they got abs of steel. They don't know this marketing stuff.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, right. Exactly.
So please share it wherever you find this video so we can help as many people as possible for free. Thanks a bunch, guys. See you in the next one.